Luke 6:37. Judge not, and you will not be judged. Condemn not, and you will not be condemned. Forgive, and you will be forgiven. Hey, what's up? Happy New Year, everybody. We back for power. Yes, you guys, how are you? I hope your new year is starting off absolutely amazing. Mine is doing well. Things are awesome over here. We are doing a lot, and we got power back. So I'm excited to see what is going down. So they took us back, like literally they took us back to before Ghost got shot. And I was a little pissed off. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I was a little pissed off because I'm like, are you mother effing kidding me? Like, they made us wait all this time after Ghost gets shot to bring us right back to before he got shot so we could lead up to these events. Like, I don't want to know what happened to everybody else. I want to know what the fuck happened to freaking Ghost. Like, that's how I was feeling when I was watching this episode. I'm like, yo, didn't I see this already? Like, why am I seeing this again? Like, I already seen him talk to Bianca and make a deal with Bianca and get out of prison. I already seen all this. Like, what are y'all doing? I mean, there was a little few extra scenes in there, but pretty much this whole entire episode was stuff that I already seen. Like, now we see, okay, he was happy with his baby mother or whatever, and they look like they trying to start a whole new relationship again, get their family back together. Like, he's really trying to do the right thing, and she's convincing him to leave, get out of town, just start fresh. And, at first he was a little reluctant to do so, but eventually he's like, yeah, I'm gonna get on ball and I'm gonna do what I gotta do. He saw that homeboy that Ghost was running for mayor, well, alongside the mayor as a running mate or whatever. So of course he was pissed off about that because he's like, yo, this dude is getting his glow up. Like, what's really going on with that? Dude is over here getting a glow up. Like, well, I'm trying to get some scrapes and trying to get some money so I can get out of town. He goes to see Saxe. He was dumb pissed off. Saxe didn't even know about the whole running mate situation. So now Saxe is tight because his whole career went to shits trying to get Ghost to freaking go to prison. He done lost his whole career off of vengeance and off of trying to be shady. So, of course he's feeling some type of way about that. Finding out that this dude is like in lights and on TV and stuff like that. So he almost got by the Serbians because they feel like he was the one that off Jason or whatever. So they was trying to get him. They got the majority of his little crew that he had going down. So yeah, that was done with that. So he was so desperate to try to get money so he could get out of town that he actually went back to his mother, begging and pleading and trying to make her believe that he had changed and he's trying to change his life. And she looked like she was falling for it a little bit, but then she was like, like, I done seen this song too many times, so I'm not falling for it. She was pretty much like, nope. She's like, I'm not falling for the story of you and some phantom grandchild that I've never even seen. Like, you better get out of here. So I'm assuming that she got that money. Like, he probably could have had a really good life, but he made some bad turns along the way from what it looks like. So yeah, she wasn't really trying to forgive him. So since that didn't work out, then he went to Tasha's spot to try to blackmail her, so that she can protect her son, trying to get 50K off of her, which, she wasn't too eager to give it up to him at first, but, he tried to find ways around to make it look like, well, if I go down, you gonna go down because I got the drugs that I gave to Tyreek from Ghost. So we all in this together. So yeah, you need to do what you gotta do, miss. So yeah, he's really good at the gift of gab, So Tyreek, he ends up asking Dre for a piece, which is pretty much a burner, a gun, at first Dre seemed a little reluctant to give it to him, and he's like, what's it for? He's like, because, I ain't trying to go down, as an accessory to murder or nothing like that. And he's like, don't worry about it. I'm good for it, whatever, whatever. And of course, that leads Dre to try to making a deal with him so he could see his pops and talk some business with him. So that's when we saw the scene where he had his little talk with Ghost, and he tried to son Ghost, but Ghost is like, yo, like, I'm not going to lose. Like, who gonna beat me? Who gonna do something? Like, I'm not gonna lose. So I'm winning. And that's it. Okay? So, yeah, he had to like kind of let him know, even though Dre thought he was holding shit down, at the end of the day he wasn't, because he ended up in the end getting set up and taken away to jail. So then Dre, at some point, he ended up going to his mama's house, trying to rob her, and she was ready with a burner. I mean, for a church-going, righteous-looking woman, I mean, she still got that hood in her. You know what I mean? Because she was ready. She was pointing that gun at him, but he ended up taking it away from her. I really thought he was going to kill her, but I guess for her, because at the end of the day, that's his mother. Maybe that's why he had some compassion, because we've seen him do worse, a lot worse. So I'm assuming that that's the reason why, is because that's his mom. But he really went in on her, and and you could see that he had a lot of pain in him. And that's probably what led up to him being the way he was, is because she never believed in him. She also called him a demon. So maybe after being called a demon spawn or demon child so often and so much throughout your childhood, it's like you almost start to believe, like, is she right? Is that really all that I am? You start believing it. And I feel like that's kind of what happened with him. She said that he had stolen, I think, a chocolate bar, and I think he mentioned that he did, and that's when she started calling him the demon child. And, she feels like, what did I do wrong in life to have a child like you? Because obviously she just feels like he's one of the worst people in the world. I mean, eventually he did turn out to be that way, but I feel like she probably could have shaped him to do a little bit better, instead of just calling him all the worst things and making him believe that that's what he really was. She probably should have tried to uplift him a little more. So I feel like it's partly her fault just as much as it is his. Because at the end of the day, nobody can make you be anything, but they can definitely kind of shape the way that you kind of come out, or your outcome, because some people are born amazing people. They help so many people, but people shit on them so much that they become assholes. That they like, what, F this. I'm not going to be like that anymore. I'm not going to be nobody's sucker anymore. And you just become a savage. I've definitely dealt with those feelings and dealt with those emotions. I've definitely been there. 2020, savage mode, full blast. So, I feel like just watching his story, that's partly what happened there. But y'all let me know if that's what y'all feel. So then he goes to see Tate. Tate offered him some money, a shitload of money. Tate knows his new identity that he about to have, his new plates. He got his passport, his ID card, like all that stuff. So Tate offers him this money, and he's like, yo, just give me the whole thing. He's like, nah, like, I'm gonna give you half. So, he leans over, gives a little speech of how he about to, he gonna do what he gotta do. He gonna handle it. Tate's like, yo, don't let this suit and tie fool you. Like, I'm just taking a walk in the park. Like, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. Just kind of let him know. Like, in New York, baby, we here. Like, this now, come on. Who you trying to play? He's like, you know what? It's all good. Like, I'm gonna let you take that. But if you don't come through, then just know, like, your shit's gonna be out there. You gonna be got regardless. So don't even try to play yourself. So he had something on him, just in case he try to, like, be out or whatever. Because that was his initial plan before he got there, was to be out. Dre's like, yo, this is something I would have did for free. Thank you, brother. Thank you. I mean, I think that Dre just did too many shady things in his life. Like, he was just like a rat boy, like Tekashi. Where you at? Like, I could have imagined him sharing himself with Tekashi, like just letting everything out, like, yo, maybe we could get out of here together. Let's just tell everything we know. You know what I mean? Like, just snitch mode, full blast. So Dre, he was about to get got by Spanky and 2-Bit, and then he ends up like starting a fight so that they wouldn't be able to get to him. So he's smart because he's like, yo, I'm gonna just be in a hole, because if I'm in a hole, they can't get me. Like, I'm gonna be safe. That's what I'm gonna do. That was his bright idea. But his bright idea turned out to be the dimmest, damnedest idea ever, because they still found a way to get to him. As long as you pay these people enough money, money rules the world, unfortunately. And people will do a lot of shady shit for some cash. That's how a lot of them got into this foolishness in the first place, was cash. They was all hungry for money in some type of way, shape, or form. And they went down a dark and dangerous path, which usually leads to death, destruction, or prison. You know what I mean? So for him, unfortunately, as we see, it led to both, because he ends up in the hole, and there goes Spanky and 2-Bit throwing some clothes, and he's like, you know, he smells it. He realizes that these things are loaded down with a whole bunch of oil, gasoline. So you already know what time it is. So he's like, yo, you don't got to do this. He tried to see if he could talk his way out of it, but this wasn't one that he would be able to talk his way out of, because these people, they wasn't feeling him from a minute. He's like, yo, we boys, we grew up together. Like, all of a sudden, even though you was ready to kill these people, you killed their boy that they was close with. Even though all of that, you ready to, like, we boys, like, what are you doing? Why would you want to kill me? Like, I got a child. Come on, think about it. You're like, nah, bro, you done. So they pretty much put all that stuff in there, threw a little bit on him, and lit his ass on fire. Done. There we go. I'm like, yo, he was a cutie. No more Dre. I mean, I know this is the end, so people have to die, but it's like, damn, he was sexy. Did you see when he took off his little outfit and stuff? I know some of y'all dudes is like, really? We don't want to hear this. I know. But I just had to have a moment, y'all. But yeah, so homie is done. And then all of a sudden, like, Spanky's getting out of prison, and it's like, wait, what? What's up? Like, and I didn't even tell y'all the reason why he ended up in prison the second time, because this was the second time he ended up in prison. He had actually got out because he cooperated with Bianca and told her that he knew everything that she wanted him to know. Like, he was ready to, like, just be snitch mode full blast, you know, and say he saw this and saw that, when in all actuality, he wasn't even there. He didn't know anything about it, but he was ready to be a part of the story so he can get out of there. So he got out. Then, like I said, he got back in. But the reason why he got back in was because now we know he wasn't the one who shot Ghost. So now I see why we did this whole entire long, we're going to show you everything we showed you before, which was to lead up to this point so we could see that he's eliminated. He didn't shoot, he didn't shoot him. So we got one person out. Now we just got to think about Tommy, Tasha, Tyreek, Saxe, Tate. All of them was on their way to truth, right? I don't think, and freaking sister, what's her name? Luce, right? That's her name? All of them. So those are people that we got to think about. So at least we got one out the way. So we know it wasn't him, because when he went to the place, that's when he heard the shot. And then it looked like he punched Bianca in the face, which was a dumb move. Like, I feel like he could have talked his way out of this. He had a gun, yes, but obviously it wasn't the gun that shot him, so he would have been good. You know what I mean? But he played himself by doing it and then trying to run. So that's when they caught up to him, when he tried to get something from the gas machine. Honestly, I thought it was going to be Tommy that took him down, when, you know, it was just like slow motion. You know, he was way too happy-go-lucky, and, you know, all of a sudden the police came and got him. So that's how he ended up back in there. I forgot that vital point. But yeah, like, then all of a sudden, like I was saying, back to this, Spanky, all of a sudden he's out, but 2-Bit is still there. So, you know, putting two and two together, they're like, he's like, yo, where he at? He's like, oh, he got out. He probably got a better lawyer than you did. Nah, bro, like, dude ain't get no lawyer. They both was going to get public defenders because nobody was helping them out. So how homie got out and he didn't. So right then and there, he already know, like, all right, Spanky played himself. Spanky's a stitch. Okay, so he called Tommy up straight fast and let him know, like, I think I know who snitched you out. You know what I mean? So there's gonna be a price on his head real quick. Tommy about to take Spanky down. Like, he gonna be next. I know that one. Well, I don't know it for a fact, but I'm pretty sure that he's gonna be next because dude is there signing papers. He's like, Bianca's just like, he's going to still be in there unless he gets smart like you. And he was like, nah, he mad. I think he said he's mad loyal or something like that. So she's like, what does that make you? She's like, a free man. That's what that make me. And I'm just like, yo, I knew he wasn't no rider. Like, he's a rider if he gotta be. Like, if you right next to him, he'll go hard. He's one of those people. But behind your back, it's like, it's me against you. It's going to be you because it sure as hell ain't going to be me. You know what I mean? So I knew he wasn't about it. You know what I mean? Like, he's more like a funny kind of guy. Like, he's not like 2-Bit. Like, 2-Bit is on some loyalty, I'm going to take it to the death type of thing, you know? But yeah, that's the episode, y'all. I'm looking forward to see what happens next week. So I'll see y'all on the next one. Happy New Year again. Later.